My name's Roumillat, and in 1972, my mother married Stetson Kennedy. So he was my stepfather for most of my life. And a year later, we built this house and we moved here. I have three sisters. Two are older and had already moved on to start their adult life, and myself and my younger sister and my mom and Stetson lived here. I think the most important thing that I think of when I think of Stetson Kennedy is, wow, what a courageous man and what an aware man. He lived a life of purpose. He saw something he didn't like. He fought to change it. And he did it his whole life. He didn't wait till he was older and said, oh, I should do that. He was aware at a young age. So way to go, man. Stetson Kennedy was an amazing author. He had a way with words. He was an effective activist. He protested through his last days, and an amazing cook. And he would create these amazing meals, but along with the food came the presentation. And so he would always say, wait a minute, and he'd run outside and pick a flower or a piece of fern or something in nature to make the meal complete. Beluthahatchee, this special place, is known as a place of peace where all unpleasantness is forgotten and forgiven. But for me, Beluthahatchee changed my life. When I was a child, up until 16, we lived in an old farmhouse. It had one bathroom. As a young girl, that's tough. And no central air and heat. So when we moved here, of course, a brand new house, and it had two bathrooms. And I had a room of my own. And we had central air and heat. So that, of course, but one of my most wonderful memories here is I do remember the first time I saw the reflection of the full moon over Lake Beluthahatchee. And that is a magical memory to me. It was just a moment in time where you just stop and you just go, wow, this is beautiful. He wanted it to be just like it is. Before he died, he sold his home to St. Johns County Parks. And so before he died, he knew it would be protected. He knew his legacy would live on at Beluthahatchee. And that's what he wanted. He wanted his life story to be told.
So, Beluthahatchee is often connected with Woody Guthrie. Can you describe just a little bit about their friendship?
I wish I had been here. Oh, me. So they met through a mutual friend, Alan Lomax. And Alan sent Woody Stetson's book, Palmetto Country, which Stetson worked with Dora Neale Hurston, traveling around the state of Florida collecting Florida folk tales, and he wrote a book about it. And Woody read his book, took the book jacket off, and wrote Stetson a fan letter, as Stetson would say. And he said, I'm going to come see your Beluthahatchee one day. And he did. He called Stetson from the Jacksonville bus station and said, I'm here, come pick me up. Well, Beluthahatchee is a good hour drive from the bus station. So Stetson went and picked him up, but when he got there, he only saw this guy leaning against a guitar case. There's no luggage, he's sleeping. He's like, is that Woody? He's like, Woody, is that you? He said, yeah, it's me. Stetson said, where is your luggage? He said, I'm wearing it. And he wore like 5 shirts, a couple pairs of pants, and that's how he traveled. So that's how their friendship started. And we know that Woody Guthrie was here at least twice and wrote over 80 songs while he was here. So we try and carry on Stetson's legacy doing three things, the main focus of his life: human and civil rights, Florida folk or folk in general, and the environment. Stetson traveled all around the world, but he said Beluthahatchee had his heart. The weeds just weren't right anywhere else. When people come to visit Beluthahatchee, I hope they take away the feeling of peace that you can always come back to. The feeling of fellow man and Mother Earth, because that's what Stetson embodied. But I think Stetson's main message, and I just read a quote that I'm gonna put out there. This is Stetson. "Mellowing is for wine, not for me. If you see something you don't like, get to work. If you like what I like, join hands and let's work together to make this world a better place." His message is still loud and clear.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.